Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from Group 7. We want to present about significance of consumer behavior discipline for marketers and businessmen.
My name is Nur Fariza binti Yaakob.
My name is Edia Rukmana binti Ismail.
My name is Wan Nur Amni binti Wan Muhammad Ismail.
My name is Ainudini binti Hasim.
This is the table of contents of our assignment. 1.0 Introduction, 2.0 Consumer Behavior Discipline, 2.1 Meaning of Consumer Behavior, 2.2 Origin of Consumer Behavior Discipline, 3.0 Factors Affecting Consumer Behavior, 3.1 Internal influences, 3.2 External influences, 4.0 Significance of consumer behavior discipline for marketers and businessmen, and lastly 5.0 Conclusion.
First, we go to the introduction. The economy is about the part of human life that related to the way it earn and use it. Well, the definition of economy according to Islam is the system of regulating economic life consists of Islamic moral value, such as the correct of thinking based on Sharia guidelines. So, the importance of economy. First, make an improvement in the economy of country by study on economic knowledge. And entrepreneurs or businessmen must minimize the risk and maximize the profit. In fact, by having economic knowledge, it's possibility for them to think on finding solution for the problem for sake of the country's economy. Next, the second importance of economy is knows the good market in the national economy. The goods market is a situation where buyer and seller to having a transaction of goods or services at certain price level, such as the price in the market goes up, demand will decrease. As for the price, if price fall, demand will rise.
Meaning of consumer behavior. Consumer behaviors is the study of the processes involved when individuals or groups select, purchase, use or dispose of products, services, ideas or experiences to satisfy needs and its impact on the consumer and society. Another definition of consumer behavior is it is about decision processes and acts of people involved in buying and using products. From the two definitions, what I can conclude is consumer behavior is when someone buying something to satisfy their needs. Like you buy food for your living, for you to extend your living in your life, and you buy a clothes to protect yourself, to protect your dignity, and it is to satisfy ourselves. Origins of consumer behavior discipline. According to Engel, Schiffman, and Canuck, consumer behavior is regarded as a relatively new field of study which evolved just after the Second World War and with no historical body of research of its own. The question here is what will be what are we going to consider whether the consumer behavior become discipline or sub-discipline. Okay, here I will show you what is the meaning of discipline and sub-discipline. Okay, discipline means a field of study. Meanwhile, sub-discipline as a branch or a subset of fields of study. Cool. Okay, so the answer here is consumer behavior. We consider it as a sub-discipline, not a discipline. This is because the study of consumer behavior it is indiscriminately borrowed from other scientific disciplines such as psychology, which is the study of individuals, sociology, which is the study of groups, social psychology, which means the study of how individuals operate in groups and economics.
Continue with the factors affecting consumer behavior. It consists of two types of factors, namely internal influences and external influences. Personality and lifestyle are classified under the category of internal influences, while social power and social class fall under the category of external influences. These four elements I will explain one by one after this. 3.1 Internal influences. The first internal influences is lifestyle. It refers to a way a person lives in society. For information, consumer lifestyle is determined by their opinions, interests and activities. For example, consumers who have a healthy lifestyle like stretching and jogging every morning, they will purchase goods that related with health and exercise, such as they will buy sports shoes, sportswear clothing, vegetables and fruits. Next is personality. It refers to a person's unique psychological makeup and it is different from person to person. It means here that different personality will have a different preference of product. As an example, people who have pro-environment personality will decrease car usage and increase use of public transport. 3.2 External influences. The first external influences is social power, which describes the capacity to alter the actions of others. Or in the other words, it is a person who have a power to make someone else do something. One of the groups in social power is role and status. A set of activities that individual is supposed to do according to his position in society. For example, since the consumer holds the position of CEO, he would prefer to buy a Lamborghini instead of Viva, as the expectation people around him would consider it because he sits in the status quo. Last but not least is social class, which describe the overall rank of people in a society that say a lot where they stand in there. Social class has divided society in two classes, namely lower class and upper class. People who occupy different positions in society consume in different ways. For example, consumers from lower class will prefer the cheaper ones instead of looking at the quality of goods. So, it clearly shows that they tend to focus more on the price instead of looking at the quality as their purchasing power is low. Otherwise, consumers from the upper class will be more attracted to elements such as quality, innovation and features from the product. So it means that they just ignore the price as they know they can afford it because their purchasing power is high. So from this situation, we can see that purchasing power between these two social classes is different. As a conclusion, the reason we choose this field of study because all of these factors are related to marketers and businessmen, which will be discussed in more detail later.
Marketers and businessmen played a very great role in the economic development sector, especially in business and commerce, since the economy is currently growing rapidly. So there are many significance of consumer behavior discipline to marketers and businessmen. One of the significance is they consumer behavior will help the marketers and businessmen to understand the factors that influencing consumers' buying behavior. When they understand all of the factors, they will produce the products and services according to the right consumers and on the right time. For example, if marketers want to market a halal product, they must first consider what factors are driving users to buy the product so that the product will be manufactured by users' taste. Next, consumer behavior discipline also helps the companies to stay in market. This is because nowadays the world is changing rapidly.
So the consumers have greater choices and opportunities, which means they can easily switch to a company that offers better products and services. So marketers and businessmen must be smart to take all of the opportunities to make sure they have loyal consumers. Other than that, marketers and businessmen will be able to understand the price at which the consumers will be ready to buy the product or service. This can allow consumers to buy necessities or get a service that they need with reasonable price according to their household income respectively. As we know, Malaysians are categorized into three different income groups, which are top 20, middle 40 and bottom 40. So, there is a service called Scheme Peduli Kesihatan or PEKA 40 prepared by the Ministry of Health as a government initiative to cover health needs by B40, the low income groups, so they will not spend more money on health service. Lastly, marketers and businessmen will learn how to innovate new products through consumer behavior discipline. Innovation here means introduction of something new. Without innovation, there is no new things, and without new products, there will be no progress of a business. The reason of innovation is because consumers' needs are constantly changing. One day, the users might need exactly what the company offers, but the next day, they might need something else to make their life complete. As in economics itself, which says that this consumer's needs and wants is unlimited.
Last, for the conclusion, marketers and businessmen must forecast for the future economic crisis. From that, they will make a preparation on how to face the crisis in order to provide and fulfill consumers' needs. This is because when countries are experiencing economic crisis, it will change consumer behavior, which means that consumers will only focusing on buying necessities things than to satisfy their wants. Last but not least, marketers and businessmen related with consumer in order to increase economic growth in our country. That's all from us. Thank you.